Southwest Florida and around the world, you're looking live at the event of the year. It's the 96, let that soak in. 96, oh my goodness, class reunion of Dunbar High School. Taking us back almost 100 years until when it first started in a historic and an unpleasant period in America 96 years ago, where people like us would not be dressed like this and certainly not sitting here with a person hosting a television show who looks like this and owns his TV show. But 96 years ago, television wasn't even invented. That's how old Dunbar High School is. So without further ado, let's meet our fine, distinguished guest as our chairman of this reunion is so excited to see this history getting documented. Let's get your name and what, I know you retired something, but go ahead and talk about that too.
I'm Nadine, and I'm from Dunbar. I'm a former state senator in the state of Georgia. I moved away some 40 plus years ago, and I was the first African American woman to be elected to the Georgia State Senate, and also served as a member of the House of Representatives.
Now, see, Dunbar High School is everywhere. People think I went to high school in Dunbar, or I'm from Dunbar, but I'm not. But the community has embraced me, so I'm an honorary member of Dunbar. Janice, can you approve that message?
Of course.
Hold it up, Janice. Say, I approve that message.
Of course, Lee, I approve that message.
I'm Janice Cass.
And I endorse it.
And I endorse it. And I'm former senator, right?
Yes, state senator.
Of Georgia.
Of Georgia.
And you approve this message?
Hey, I approve this message.
All right. So I can do this interview. Now, you still live in Georgia now, right?
I still live in Georgia.
Okay. And Janice Cass, of course, attorney Janice Cass, who was a 2022 Lee Pitts Live Person of the Year. That's my claim to fame, and I'm keeping it.
It's one of your many claims.
Right, and I was so happy to select you in that regard. I have been here, Janice, you don't know this, but I have been here all night asking everybody, is Janice Cass here, is Janice Cass here? And they said she's not here yet. Because I know I cannot come here and not talk to the Dunbar historian of magnificent proportions. You're aware of her in the Black History Museum.
We knew each other growing up.
Yeah. Did y'all two grow up
She was
together?
younger than me, but yeah, we knew each other growing up. We were good friends.
Did they tour the museum since they've been here or in the past?
It was available for a tour today after our morning's event. We had a brunch and a program earlier this morning at Dunbar Community School, and a tour was available for those members who still had some energy.
Yeah, we got to make that happen. Yeah, everybody.
Yes, definitely.
Let me work this in. First of all, Janice, tonight, the 96th annual reunion, and now we're at the ball phase. That's why y'all see them dressed like Hollywood people, and you see me in a tuxedo. This is tuxedo night. Just tell me, being in here amongst all this history and all these beautiful people, how are you just feeling?
I feel elated. This is a wonderful evening to see people back. This is the first time we're back since COVID. And what we're trying to do is maintain the history of our community, because our school was such an important part of that union that made up our community. We are children of Jim Crow. We went to segregated schools because that was required of us, and they meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. What he did was develop a strong community and relationship among those people, us who grew up in that environment, who know what it's like to experience white and colored signs and to be discriminated against in every aspect of our daily lives. We survived. We
As
triumphed.
Maya Angelou say, still you rose.
Still we rose.
Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Still you rose. What year did you graduate from Dunbar High?
1970.
Did you get to go to the one on High Street?
No, I never went to the one. I started here in the 7th grade at this Dunbar, at this location.
Okay, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you were aware of the history at that point, right?
Right.
Well, you were here at the elementary school?
No, it was the 7th grade, I would say high school. 7th graders were here with us. upperclassmen.
Oh, I see. Okay. So what's going through your mind here tonight? Why did you feel it's important that you come back? Take those one at a time. Just start with why you felt it's important to come to the reunion.
It was important to come to the reunion because Fort Myers is my home, and this is the opportunity that I get to see people that I grew up with. Even I saw one of my classmates from kindergarten tonight, Denise Roberts. And so I love coming home so I can see everybody, and the majority of my friends are here in Fort Myers. And my mother, she relocated to Georgia several years ago because of health reasons. So this is home. I'm usually here 2 or 3 times a year.
Did you get a chance to experience all the events of the past 3 days?
I didn't experience today, but I did experience last night and tonight.
How was that?
Great.
Great. They had a dance last night.
Oh yes, a sock hop.
What do you hope that people take away from this reunion?
Togetherness, coming together as one, and not let other people define who we are.
All right. Take me through, after you graduated from Dunbar, take me through what happened with your life after that.
Well, I have a unique story. I ended up having to get married to the the quarterback of the Dunbar football team. So we were married, we had twin daughters, we relocated to Georgia, and I continued my education. I became a registered nurse. I was a registered nurse before leaving here. Diane Spears and we graduated together.
Good friend of mine.
And I went on to graduate school, and I decided I wanted to make a difference in the community that I lived in. So I ran for state representatives. I lost that race 3 times. And it was my daughters who convinced me to run that 4th time, and I won.
Wow.
So I stayed in the House 1 term.
Lesson learned.
Stayed in the House for 1 term, and every day I would go over to the Senate to see my representative from DeKalb County. Had no intentions of running for the Senate. So we created a new Senate district through reapportionment, and the map was shaped like the state of Florida, and the upper part shaped like the Tin Man. So when I saw the shape of Florida, I knew that's what I needed to do. And I went in without any opposition, becoming the first African-American woman to serve in the Georgia State Senate.
Dunbar making history everywhere. And Janice, when you graduated from Dunbar High, what happened with your life, attorney Janice Cass?
Well, I can say that my class in 1968 was the last complete class, full class, to graduate from a segregated school. After that year, then a few students were assigned to different schools so that they could gradually close Dunbar for probably a period of 30 years before it reopened. After that, right after the high school, I went to what was then Edison Community College, which is now Florida Southwest College, State College. And after that, I transferred after my first year there to Florida A&M University because it was important for me to be in a loving environment because segregation was hostilely ending. And I wanted to be in an environment that would nourish me and give some relevance to my life and some positivity.
I can relate to that. I went to Talladega College.
Okay.
And I got my master's at Atlanta University that y'all know as Clark AU, you know, there with Morehouse and stuff. I want to get that in. Continue.
Okay. I'm a graduate of Florida State University College of Law. I practice law here in the state of Florida. And I'm retired at this point. I'm also an educator, have been an educator, and I'm proud of both of those positions because it's so important that we share and we grow. And right now, with the climate that we have in Florida in terms of education and banning books, it is important that our history and our culture is not erased. These kind of events enforces that, reinforces the significance of our past.
Talk about that education that you got at Dunbar High and how it stacked up once you went out into the real world. I understand some great educators back then.
What it was a great foundation for us. Today, I believe that the theme for Dunbar High School is achievement is expected. That was not the formal theme for school when I was a student, but that was the expectation.
Right.
Teachers expected that we would learn. Teachers encouraged us. They let us know that we are worthy, we are smart. Because during that period of time when I was growing up, it might have been the latter ends, but racist people were actually getting on television doing what some people are doing today, is running on racism, encouraging people to hate, and actually condemning people of color, calling us names, saying that we were not worthy of being with their children. They didn't want their kids around us. And we had to, as people receiving that, as children of Jim Crow, we needed to know that we were relevant, that we were smart, that we could achieve. And that's what our teachers taught us. They also instilled in us a pride, as did our families, and encouragement to say, yeah, you're smart, but you're gonna have to be better. Because of the color of your skin, you're not gonna be able to get in the door. And when you do get in, everything that you do is gonna be scrutinized for you and the people that come behind you.
Outstanding. Talk about your education at Dunbar and how you saw that benefiting you down the road.
Well, I have to say I had a very good foundation here at Dunbar. And one of my favorite teachers is Mr. Teal.
Mr. Teal?
Mr. Teal. He made me fall
Cooking with grease, Crisco.
He made me fall in love with math. and also Mrs. Booker. And I had to go back and say thank you to them when I was responsible for oversight for a $5 billion budget and was able to get through grad school because of that foundation with them.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what was your class? Your class of what?
1970.
1970?
Yes.
Okay. So, and you class of 1960?
68. Yes.
68.
And
so
I knew Nadine well.
2 years.
Very well loved. She was very well loved.
You guys moved around in the community together as little girls?
Pretty much, yeah. We grew up, we knew each other, we were friends.
But I found that in Dunbar, because I migrated here over 30 years ago, I just found that it seemed like everybody knows everybody.
It was a much smaller community then, but actually everybody didn't really know everybody because there are people on my street that I never knew. And, you know, so that's not necessarily true.
Okay. Well, ladies, it's been a pleasure to get both of you here. I'm going to continue to work my way through documenting this event. I've been told that no media has ever covered this on television. I feel guilty for that because I should know that nobody cares about us like me. So going forward, I will always be here. The community show.
We're happy to know that.
If we don't tell our history, nobody else will.
Well, I'm here to tell the history, and you guys see it right here. Success is the expectation, achievement is still the case, and it was the case back then, and here's some exact products of that. So remember, Miami might have the oranges, but Dunbar High School has got the, say juice. You gotta put this up.
Juice.
And we gotta teach you the juice. So we're gonna start over. Miami may have the oranges, but Dunbar High School has got the
juice.
It's got the juice. We'll be right back.